I'm Davey.
I'm Misty.
DMWATS.
Unscripted.
Unedited.
Unapologetic.
Let's get it.
What is going on, everybody? I am Davey.
I'm Misty.
And welcome to another episode of DMWATS Podcast.
We're going to title this one Breaking Podcast News.
Man, D.
Nobody is talking about the real world on news right now. And we did a little experiment today.
Yeah, so we looked up what is going on in the news. I mean, we had known about things, but it was like, hey, let's just
see what people are continuing to talk about ad nauseum.
Yeah. So as of today, May 13th, here's what's going on in the news.
Let's see. We put it on MSNBC.
Yep.
What happened?
Trump.
And CNN?
Trump.
Fox Nation. Or Fox News.
Trump.
And News Nation.
Yeah, that was Trump too.
Oh, okay. So the only thing that's happening.
CNN was also Trump.
CNN. The only thing that's happening is Trump. We know this man exists.
Yeah.
We know he's on trial. But we also know that there is a lot going on in the world.
There are other things going on in the world besides the trial of Donald Trump. So
things we should know about.
So we did what, every American would do if they want to find out American news. You want to find out news.
We're patriots.
Yep. Since we wanted to find out what's going on in America, we turned to the only news station that was talking about news in America.
And we found one.
Telemundo told us the news that's going on in our country.
Yes.
The news is going on.
They did.
Yes, and we found that
so much. First off, watching it is an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, it's very. I don't understand
because it is news.
On,
it is 2 minutes. Next story. Next story. Next story. It is things that are happening now.
Right. I didn't understand the words. Let me scratch that. I understood what was going on by video that they were showing, but the words, I was like, oh, okay. So what I found out is that a lot of people probably noticed by now from experience is it's tornado season.
It is very much tornado season.
It is tornado
It's not
season.
Trump season.
Nope,
it's tornado season across America. The weather patterns are shifting. We've got El Nino, La Nina. We have all of these different things. We've got geomagnetic storms, the Aurora, which was amazing. We saw it here in Kansas, all the way down into northern parts of Mexico, southern parts of Florida. Like, guys, these are things we need to be paying attention to.
Absolutely.
And they're absolutely beautiful, and I hope you guys got to witness it like we did.
The Northern Lights? It was pretty good.
But, stuff like that knocks out communications for a minute. We can have blips in our infrastructure because of the magnetic field being interrupted.
Yeah. Radio
communication, things like that. So, to me, that would be more important than, hey, Stormy Daniels just said something. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Yeah. So
Stormy Daniels and Trump is not going to tell me if a tornado's coming.
That's right. And it's on the way. So as of April 27th of this year, 2024, there have been 600 tornado warnings.
Yeah.
600 tornado warnings. Now go figure on that one.
Yeah.
That's all across the country.
And they've been pretty heavy tornadoes.
Yeah.
No tornado is a good tornado, but they've been pretty bad. There was just another tornado that happened, I believe it's in Pennsylvania. It hit a church while people were in church.
Man.
But did you see that on CNN? Did you see that in MSNBC or Fox? No. We saw it on Telemundo.
Telemundo is where we found
Thank you, Telemundo.
Yeah. Because the only thing that is changing on our stations, whether it be CNN, Fox News, News Nation, whatever, is when a commercial comes on. That's it. And then it's right back to it.
Right back
to
Trump.
Bruh, like there are other things going on in the world than this trial. So.
Yeah. So we've got tornadoes. So guys, watch Telemundo if you want to know about tornadoes.
Yeah. So also we woke up to this morning. Immediately a text from our brother was like, hey.
Yes. Tavares.
Yeah, Tavares. He said over at the trading shop. He said, hey, Warren Kitty is back on Twitter.
Yeah.
For y'all who don't know who Warren Kitty is, he is the mastermind behind the GameStop surge.
The meme stocks.
The meme stocks. He was the one who pretty much, he had been saying it well before it decided things decided to surge.
He led the revolution.
He led the revolution into. He made a lot of millionaires.
Our
a lot
fearless
of people,
leader.
millionaires and 100,000aires.
Yes.
Warren Kitty got up there and he did a lot of good stock analysis and telling people to buy GameStop.
GameStop, AMC, Doge to the
but not so
moon.
much.
I haven't said that in a long time. But no, what I'm talking about is meme stocks.
Meme stocks.
Those are the meme stocks, that everybody, the Shibas, things like that.
Things started jumping up, and GameStop was at like $2 at one point, and then at its highest, GameStop was trading at almost $500 a share. Almost $500 a share. Now, if you sitting at your house and you are watching Roaring Kitty, and he tells you to buy a bunch of shares in GameStop, and say you spend $500, it costs you like $600 a shares, and it's and say it's $1 and something a share, right? And it goes up to almost $500 a share. You now are thinking life decisions. Yeah, that's life changing, life altering money. This man altered a lot of lives, a lot of lives, and a lot of people's bank accounts.
Yep.
And then, as usual, what happens when people start doing good, the government comes after them.
Yeah.
So,
People are doing stuff on their own, and it's working.
Yeah.
People have banded together to make something happen.
Yep.
Oh, we can't allow that.
GameStop stock today surged 70% just by him posting a picture.
It was a meme.
Of a meme of a person leaning forward like they were paying attention to the screen all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And GameStop surged 70%. That's the only thing he put up.
Yep. And he's doing nothing wrong.
He's
like,
done
again,
nothing wrong.
guys, if you don't know about the meme stocks and what happened in 2021, please look that up.
Look it
There
up,
are
man.
great documentaries out that we have watched.
Yeah.
I can't name any of them, but
Yep.
they're out there.
Yeah.
Netflix it.
Yeah.
But it basically is one of those that people came together and
Yeah.
saw that corporate America was shorting out one of our
Right.
favorite pastimes. Like, they got Toys R Us. We couldn't
Yep.
do anything about Toys R Us, but by God,
they
we
were
were
getting
gonna
rid of
we were
GameStop.
gonna save GameStop and AMC,
And
we did.
And I think the important thing to understand, the reason behind this movement, the important thing to understand is that this was like during COVID.
Yes.
People were like, how am I going to feed myself and my children?
Yeah.
And then there was like a lifeline that came out, and it was like really good. And then, like I said, in good federal government status, they
shut it
went
down.
on, and it was like, nope.
And Robin Hood made
you
a
know
lot
what
of
you did.
mistakes.
You know what you did. We'll move on from that. And you know what you did, Robin Hood.
At the same time, again, the lesson here is when we come together
Oh, yeah.
and demand change
Yep.
and do it in a way that they can see we are in control and we know what we're talking about,
Oh, yeah.
change can happen for the better.
Yeah.
And that just, I need all of you to hear that.
Yeah. Keep that in mind. So, some other things we found out that y'all know who Steve Buscemi is. Steve Buscemi, he was in what's that movie? Armageddon. Buscemi.
Yes.
Steve Buscemi. He was in our movie.
He's in
Armageddon.
everything.
Yeah, he's in everything. And it was a show called Empire. But man was walking down the street. Somebody just decided to roll up on him and hit him in the face, punch him dead in the face. For
In
no
New
reason.
York, which New York
man.
has been having a rash of this. We don't know if it's like a TikTok underground challenge or what. But people are getting hit out randomly, getting assaulted,
Yeah.
and then like
Crazy
not
stuff.
even robbery, just being assaulted and then moving on.
Yeah. And he had to be
So-
treated for severe bruising.
Yeah,
And,
poor guy.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I was
love-
like, wow, that's
I love Buscemi.
just because.
Yeah, he's
Just because, and then they're on the lookout for whoever did it. But I hope you get caught.
yeah. So if you're in New York, please stay safe.
Yeah, please stay safe.
Put your dukes up.
Yep. So on to some major stuff that's also happening in the news right now. So raise your hand. It's not like I'm gonna look over and look. If you ever heard of hashtag blockout 2024 or hashtag Digitine, yeah.
Digitine, that is the greatest
it.
hashtag.
Yeah, it's a hashtag
Because it's like
Digitine.
digital guillotine.
Yeah,
Digitine.
And it is, so what is it about? Wow. So people have been literally going up and attacking celebrities, at least from their social medias, for them not putting anything in saying anything about what's going on in Israel.
I wouldn't call it attacking. I mean, it is on social media.
Yeah, I would call it attacking because they are getting rid of themselves as a fan base.
Okay, but the premise is not to attack. The premise is to disassociate from that person and make
Right.
them lose
and bring,
followers.
and bring other people
Drive
away
their
from it.
numbers
Right.
down.
So what has happened is, well, at least I found, I don't know if this person was the reason behind it, but someone called Lady from the Outside on TikTok came up and I found her and she had put up, hey, we're going to call this the digitine. It's like the guillotine. And she had a paper and she was reading down a list of people. Pretty much, if you was at that Met Gala, your name is on the list.
Yeah.
If you went to the Met Gala, which is $70,000 a ticket, Lord have mercy, $70,000 a ticket. They went to the Met Gala. If you went to that Met Gala, your name is on that list, and they are not playing. The people are not playing. Mm-hmm. They have started putting people names. Kim Kardashian was booed for at another arrangement for just because, and it is literally because they have a platform and they believe they are not using it to support the innocent Palestinian people that are being killed.
And on the flip side of that, just being older and being devil's advocate, I would like to say this: a lot of the celebrities, and I'm not going to say a lot. Let's say 25%. Okay. Let's say the ones advertised for the Met Gala have probably been sponsored. They've probably had their ticket purchased for them by either the designer that wants their dress and whatever to be shown, or the jewelry, or whatever, maybe the Met Gala themselves. But a lot of times celebrities receive things for free. Or on loan or borrow, because they're going to push their brand, they're going to push whatever agenda. So that's one side of it. So maybe Kim Kardashian, that Met Gala ticket was donated to her because she wore such and such designer, but it's the fact that she then didn't speak out on that red carpet or have something that shows support for a certain kind of people.
Right. So people are upset that these whether it be actors, musicians, they feel that they're not using their platform to speak out more about the innocents, the people that are losing their lives.
I agree with that. They're not
over there, and I do have to agree with that. However, I do say that there are certain things. I mean, everybody knows what's going on in Palestine and the Israel.
Really? There's something going on other than Trump?
Yeah, everybody knows about this conflict here, but. And also a part of it, like Jerry Seinfeld was booed. He was doing a commencement speech at Duke University, and people booed him, and some just walked off. Yeah. Because he's notoriously, everybody knows he's Jewish, and that he doesn't hide that whatsoever, and so obviously he has support of Israel, and so because of that, people are booing him and they walked off out of the graduation like, okay, so what were you thinking you were going to accomplish there? But I mean, that's
the problem, and I said this when we were talking about it earlier. People have given celebrities, you have given them power. You have given them power by following them,
right?
Or by watching everything they do, by buying the ticket. That is in support of that celebrity. So then when you find out that celebrity is there to do a job, which is whatever job they hold, comedian, actor, spokesperson, whatever that is, and they don't hold your views because they're a brand and they're a business, and they're there to make a money, and they make money by entertaining you, and now you're sitting there going, they're not aligned with my values, then you need to unfollow them. But then you need to realize you've given power to someone who's powerless.
Yeah.
They really have no power. It doesn't matter how many likes Kim Kardashian has or how many followers. She's not going to change public policy.
No.
It's not going to happen that way. The government doesn't care.
Yes.
They don't care how many followers she has. They're not going to base their stance on how many people follow her or even Jerry Seinfeld.
Exactly. Now, it's not that we don't get why they're doing it.
I get why.
It's like, hey, we want you to know that I am part of the entire chain that helps pay your paycheck, and me and other people are upset.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but you also have to understand, like she was saying, they're a brand.
They're a brand. They're a business.
They're a brand. They're a business. So
They're going to do whatever it takes to
right.
get you to give them your money.
And yep.
That's what
and
it
so,
is.
And the thing is, Kim Kardashian's on that list. They would have put, what's the lady name that, the dude's girlfriend from Spider-Man's girlfriend, Zendaya. She's on there. Kevin Hart's on there. Lizzo's on there. There's this. If you was at the Met Gala, your name is on there.
Yeah.
And it was a list of like 100 people. I was like, man, that's
so,
crazy.
But at the same time, I applaud the protest. I think it's a great way to protest. I think it's a quick way to get recognition.
Yeah.
I think it's great when people, again, organize
right.
and come together to make a movement happen. I think that's amazing, and that's how we get the world to change for the better.
Right.
And that's how we become smarter as a society.
That's true. But as long you got to keep it peaceful, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. We got to keep it
peaceful, man.
Yeah.
If you are literally there disrupting other people's things that they got going on that they have nothing to do with your agenda, I mean, I get it. You're peaceful about it, but are you really at that point? You know, it's like, hey, people are there. Hey, I went to school for this long, and this is my commencement ceremony.
And I don't get to do it
And
now.
I don't get to do it now. Because
and that's happening across the nation.
Yes.
Another one just happened, I think, in L.A., another one in Virginia.
Yeah.
You know, they're not people that have really worked hard. I think of the single moms that worked their ass off, had a double time because they couldn't take as many classes because they were working and raising children, and finally got that degree, and now can't sit there because of what the government is or isn't doing for Palestine or Israel.
Yep.
And what those people stance on. So now you're being held hostage for a movement that, yes, you might care deeply about and have a real sense of which line you're on. Yeah. But something you've worked very hard for is now disrupted, and that's hard.
And
man, protesting is hard.
It is, and there's also something to be said for the information that you don't have.
Yeah.
You're getting information from what you see on TV. Yeah. There's information you don't have either. So, I mean,
there's stuff you'll never know because it's government, and you don't have the clearance to know it.
Exactly.
So, that's hard too.
But speaking on government, some other stuff that is going on in our local area here.
Yes.
Man, as of May 5th, on Sunday, May 5th, there was a cyber attack. And it hit Wichita. It hit, a good...
The city and county.
Yes, the city and county. It hit a good part of our infrastructure. The computers have all gone haywire. We've got ransomware people in the city of Wichita.
Yeah.
And
they believe it's traced to was it Lockbit?
Yeah, that's the software, right, created by some guy, Russian guy. Yeah, and I believe they are wanting $1 billion.
Now they're wanting something,
yeah.
and here's the problem, guys. It has created such a horrible clusterfuck. That is the only way to say it. Now this happened not too long ago, and it happened with our county court system, and it took like 6-7 months to recover from it. And even then, it wasn't really recovered.
Nope.
People across the nation, because they moved out of Wichita and went to go get a job somewhere else, they still can't get a job because background checks couldn't be ran, even though they're good people and have, they just can't run the background check. So now we've been hit again. This time it has unfortunately hit the police department. Yeah. It has hit fire department, ambulance services, court systems, water. I'm trying to think. Oh, well, so then your assistance programs, your Section 8, your food assistance, all of those things.
Yeah.
The big one, though, is the police department. And it is worse than people are paying attention to.
Right.
And any kind of report that was made before May 5th or May whatever that was, when they were hit, they can't access.
Right. So it's raining havoc, across the police, across our court system. Not just that. The other things that they're not saying is the other supportive services. Yeah. Section 8. You know what I'm saying? All the other food stamps, all the other supportive services that use computers like that. They're all tied into that network.
Yeah, and nobody knows how to do paper.
Yep.
And now you're having to train people to do paper, but where are you going to keep it? Yeah. And now you've got to train people then to pick up the phone and say, hey, what does your paper say? Because now all the tickets, the speeding tickets, all the disturbances, all the things that are happening in the city that require police to be there, they're having to write a handwritten report.
Yeah, things have gotten.
And then somebody has to file it away, and then
Yep.
you've got to really know what you're looking for. And these are systems that, I mean, we watched the great transition from paper to internet. And now for them to have to go back because they didn't keep that backup system in place of handwriting.
Yeah.
We have major issues,
man,
people.
there's a lot of
so
stuff
on top
going
of the
on.
cyber attack in Wichita, Kansas, which is bad, and people really need to be careful right now.
Right.
But on top of that, then we have another cyber attack that hit the Ascension services, which affects 119 facilities across the nation. Medical, Ascension Medical. So this is, what we used to call Via Christi, so your hospitals.
Yeah.
We have 2 hospitals here that are under Ascension, one of the bigger ones. And they had to divert, when it happened, people en route to St. Francis or St. Joseph, to Wesley or Rock Regional.
Right.
It was a horrible thing. People were stopped with their operations.
Right.
Like, it is scary.
Yep.
And that's a separate cyber attack. And think about the trickle down from that.
Yeah. It is getting
insurance.
It is getting pretty.
Insurance was
bad.
hit months ago.
Yeah.
They're having to do that through mail. So your people that you verify.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So certain companies that
Yeah.
your doctor's office would call them to verify how much they would get approved for. It all has to be run through mail, snail mail now.
Yep. And so it's getting. It is just ridiculous.
So get
These
yourself
cyber attacks, man.
offline.
Yep. And so that also goes with our previous one that we did on scams. A lot of the stuff,
it's
people
happening.
opening the wrong emails.
Yeah.
People responding to the wrong people, and that they are a gateway to that, in that versus one person and messing up your whole phone and going out to your contacts. Somebody could have opened up the wrong type of email from their work account, and it has now affected everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just got to be careful with stuff like that.
Well, but this is I get that most people listening right now might not even know where Wichita, Kansas is, but I need you to understand it is the best kept secret.
It is
in America.
It is,
and I don't mean because I love it so much. I mean because it is the headquarters for so much. It is called the air capital of the world. It's where we hold, all the airplane manufacturers.
Right.
We have so much going on. We have the headquarters for Coleman Industries. Camping Coleman.
Spirit.
So we have a lot going on, and if the news isn't talking about, and I don't mean local news, of course our local news is talking about it. I mean national news. All they are fixated on is an ex-president and what's going on with him. But we need to know what the government wants us to do or what the government is doing about the cyber attacks.
It's a lot, man. Those and the scams. It is like, what
is happening? What are you guys doing? And what is happening with Israel and Palestine?
Right.
What is happening with Ukraine? We need the information.
Yep.
But you guys, because that's how you're making a buck right now, for whatever reason people are tuning in to watch Trump, or you're being paid to only put about Trump, because we've got some serious shit going on in this world and in America right now, and you don't want us to know about it. Mm-hmm. I am telling everybody that is not a conspiracy theory. Put it on Telemundo. Put it on Telemundo.
And they'll tell you about that.
Give Telemundo the ratings,
yep.
because they are actually talking about the news.
Yep.
They are talking about a 16-year-old gunman that walked into a mass communion, a youth communion in Louisiana.
Yep.
That's who's talking about it. Not our news, Telemundo.
And so, and that's what you gotta look at, all of this stuff, man.
What is it they don't want us to know?
Right. Why is the only thing that we as Americans think about is, hey, Trump and Biden? No, that's not the only thing that's on our mind. But we trying to make sure
that our family is safe, that I am safe, that I have a job, that we need to know what's happening in our world and our society, so that we can keep each other safe, so we can check on our neighbors, so that we know what's going on, and instead of just having this crammed down our throat. And so then they drive us to social media, they drive us away to the internet, and then on the internet we're getting put in by hackers, or we're getting thrown into algorithms. And it might be real, it might not be real.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not getting the true information about anything. And if we could band together like they're doing on the Digitine and do the same to the news places,
Call it
they would
Newsatine or
stop.
something. I don't know,
because
but-
I remember when Trump left office, there was like this, all of the news places did this pledge. We will not speak about Trump again. We will not.
Please,
Really?
Bruh, they
That's
haven't
all
stopped.
you're doing.
They have not
We
stopped.
need to know what's happening with the climate, with the weather,
Yes.
and with people in general.
Such as.
So mad.
Yeah. Such as people in general transition over to, such as Tom Brady. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what's going on. Like, there was a roast.
That was so funny.
It was
But
hilarious.
Truthfully, I mean, they couldn't have aired a lot.
Huh?
It was. They couldn't have aired a lot on the news.
Yeah.
That's
Tom
about all they
Brady.
could have said.
It happened on the same day we were cyber attacked, so we didn't really know about cyber attack until like the day after or something. But it happened on a Sunday on the 5th.
It was great.
It was a live stream event. Tom Brady, man, the roast of Tom Brady, Kevin Hart.
It was great.
Gronkowski, a lot of people were there, man. It was.
You gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it. I can
You gotta
only
watch it.
say so much because I can't remember it all, but it was hilarious. You guys gotta watch it, man. But our point being that I gotta say this: it was 6 million viewers. 6 million people. Viewed
Was it
that.
really?
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
It was a lot of.
It was live too.
Yeah, it was live. It was live. It was a lot of people looking at it. But it was something funny. They don't get your mind off of the nonsense that's going
Trump.
on. Yeah, so it was like, dude, we're tired of hearing it. Just something else. But anyway, so yeah, we went down a list of news that's going on, other than one of the old guys that is running for the highest form of office. So
I'm over it, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously, let's Digitine all the news outlets.
Yeah.
And let's just pump up Telemundo.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and learn our Spanish and go back to, bring up the stuff we learned in high school.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm over it.
Yep.
I'm over it because I really want to know what's going on in the world. And
so
we need to protect ourselves more than we're doing.
So all the news networks, if you listen, put something else on, bro. Like there's other things going on in our country that we definitely need to know.
Yeah, and we're not going to be
Yeah.
canceled because we're not celebrities.
Yeah.
I mean, don't listen to us. What the hell do we know?
Yeah, what do we know?
Put it on the TV for yourself.
and
Flip
figure
through
it
your
out.
news channels and go like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Like nobody was shot and killed today? What a miracle.
Yeah.
No.
And then we'll see what
While
happens.
Trump is in court, nothing else is
It's going
happening.
on.
There is no
Exactly.
killing. There is no war. There is no dying.
And everything is great.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So guys,
Sorry.
yeah, that's all good. Take a look at your news. Real talk. Check out Telemundo. Apparently they got everything that's going on, not just one topic, but either way
They do.
Yeah,
and
we wanted to update you guys on what's going on in the world.
And again, watch our or listen to our specials on Jones Family Well. We will be wrapping that up here in the next month, but it's really informative about other things that have happened in the past, in the 1960s, and the things that are still happening today.
Still more to come on it.
And
there's still more to come on it too. We're not done talking about it.
There's so much going on in the world.
Yeah, so much more going on in the world.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you guys keep tuning in. Thank you guys for checking out another episode of DMWATS. This has been a news update.
No, this has been a breaking podcast.
Breaking podcast news update.
Breaking
It's
podcast.
like, hey, man, don't breaking news only last about a minute or two. Like, we had a few other things
Watch
to talk about.
Telemundo.
Yeah.
That's the breaking news.
So anyway, we're going to catch y'all on the next one. Signing off for DMWATS Podcast. I'm David.
I missed you.
And we are DMWATS. Catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.
Hasta la vista.